Thursday, everyone. Welcome to Opening Bell Crypto. Glad you could all make it. Welcome, everyone, whether you're listening live on X, YouTube, or now wouldn't be live, but now I'm actually loading it up to podcasts as well. So, look, I've been here for 15 years, and my goal with this show is to tell you everything that happened when you were sleeping, give you an update. Sorry, I'm just checking. I just wanted to make sure people could hear me over there on X, where I have my most listeners. I've been doing shows there for over 5 years. My GM Bitcoin morning show and everywhere. But anyway, getting this out to as many people as I can. Want to reach as many people I can. Like I say, primarily just focused on X before, and now I'm really wanting to get out to as many people. So I'm going to load it to some podcasts, do a few different things to try and get things going here. But okay, sorry, I had notes, not chat. But anyway, welcome everyone. We've got decent day. Looking at the market's been open now. Sorry, sometimes I do a little TikTok update, and I had a little trouble. I had to fire up my Starlink out of my truck when I did my little update this morning. My cell data is not working great, but anyway, look, NASDAQ down 0.6. The blockade, people are pricing the blockade in as if we're going to see a peace deal or it's working or we're not going to see continued stuff. I tell you all the time, a lot of propaganda, a lot of social media wars going on, as well as the actual war. I look at the data and kind of base my everything based there. But the market has now been open for 10 minutes. NASDAQ down 0.1%. The Dow is positive 0.28, and the S&P is positive 0.13. So fairly flat if you think about it and you look at the bigger scheme of things. Fairly flat. Let's see how our crypto's doing. I was really hoping we would hold over 74,000. We got up to over 75,000. Let's pull up our Bitcoin. Currently sitting at 74,608. I would say in solid territory. 74,000, of course, was last year's low, and it's proved as heavy resistance going back up. We've been over it for about 3 days. You see, we have dropped below it each day. Yesterday, the low was 73,725. But anyway, we're sitting now at 74,608. We're up 0.06% for the day. Ethereum is sitting at 2,336. We're up 0.3% for the day. And don't forget, it wasn't long ago we were sitting at 1,800. So I like it. XRP, I would say the big winner today. $1.42.9, up a whopping 4.5% for the day. So shout out to the XRP army. Solana, 85.59, sitting at 2.3. Solid, to be honest with you. Where we got a Thursday, and then we got Friday tomorrow. Not a ton of other stuff happening. We did get a little economic data, but I'm feeling pretty good. To me, it's decently bullish. To see these numbers. Yeah, I'll take it. We'll come back and check. So I would say we're flat. No, nothing super exciting. No fireworks or anything like that, but solid holding, which is what we need. That's how you build a foundation. But let's look at some of the news that's affecting us. First thing I wanted to talk about was, and I did mention this a few days ago, but Tether came out with their new wallet. Now lets users send, and Tether, of course, the issuer and the maker of the USDT, the largest stablecoin. Tether wallet now lets users send and receive digital dollars, which of course is the USDT, Bitcoin, and gold. Gold, of course, they have I think it's a TAUT. I can't remember. But they have a gold. Let me see if I can see it here. It's gold. Let me see if I can find. I don't know why I have trouble remembering what it is, but it's in the top 100. There it is. Tether Gold. Got $2.69 billion. It just basically mimics the price of gold, but you can buy it on chain. And it's currently ranked number 34. TAUT is what it. Oh no, sorry, XAUT. So XAUT, you'll be able to trade that, send it back and forth with just a username. I have not yet tried it yet, but no more long wallet addresses, on-chain payments getting easier and more acceptable. Big things. Okay, now this coming from our longtime buddy from X, Quantum 5652, but he's currently listening on YouTube. I appreciate that because I've got 38,000 followers or whatever on X, but less than 100, around 100 on YouTube. So good to have a little bit of stuff. But thank you, GM. The new Tether wallet has red flags. They say they store data in the cloud. Okay, I would say then definitely cautionary. Always do your own research. We'll look into that. Like I said, I haven't played with it. Sometimes when they try and make stuff too easy, it could be problematic. So thank you, Quantum 5652 coming at us from YouTube. Yeah, be cautious about it. Probably bullish, but yeah, sometimes when you know what you're doing and stuff, you can see the flaws in this. Sometimes maybe not so secure. So let's keep an eye on that before you put a bunch of money in it. Make sure that you've done your due diligence. Appreciate that coming from Quantum 5652. JP Morgan said the Bitcoin and crypto market structure is now close to completion. Small numbers of issues remain. Big banks are capitulating. Clarity is near. Now, this is important coming. I'm seeing a lot of this today from the banks saying we're getting close because they're the ones that have been, they're the ones that have kind of been blocking it and don't really want the competition. Pakistan leader leads high-stakes mediation to save ceasefire. Army Chief Asim Munir in Tehran to secure 45-day extension before April 22. Islamabad pushing hard to reopen the Straits of Hormuz and ongoing U.S. naval blockade. Urgent talks continue to prevent war from resuming next. So basically, we've got, what is it, the 22, August 22. It's the 16th today. So 6 days from now, that ceasefire is going to expire. So if they can get another 45 days, good. I think the market, I feel like the market's already pricing it in. Good. A little more alpha here from Quantum 5652. Tether also saying that XUAT is available on Revolut. Now, Revolut is the largest UK based. I think they moved their capital to Singapore, or their office, or their main office to Dubai. But yeah, I think Quantum 5652, we've talked about this in the past. They're the biggest issuer of I think they got 52 million, 62 million users, something like that, publicly traded, but they are notorious for freezing accounts and having truly appalling customer service. So what I would say, I think Quantum 5652 feels about it like I do about PayPal. PayPal froze a bunch of my money and kept it, never gave it back. So actually, they used to freeze it and hold it. That was bad enough. Now they actually keep it. It was like a couple grand or something, but frustrating. But yeah, be careful. Listen, a lot of these centralized exchanges aren't the answer, right? There might be better options in decentralized exchanges, but yeah, no, some of these, especially, that when they have a reputation, PayPal does it a lot. I don't like him. I can't, I hate PayPal, though I appreciate what they're doing for crypto adoption and whatever. But yeah, be careful. And same with Revolut. And when you put on a centralized exchange, always better if you can learn it and you become your own bank. So you have to spend the time, but part of the idea behind crypto is the decentralized nature, the self-custody nature of it. So it's probably always a better option if you know what you're doing. In the meantime, do your own due diligence on all of these. Of course, I am an owner in CoinZoom, which is a centralized exchange. Maybe give that a try out. You can download it on the app. I think they're yeah, I haven't heard of any kind of problems like that, freezing accounts, things like that. But all of them, are not perfect. So do your due diligence. Ultimately, a perfectly decentralized world is probably where we want to be. In the meantime, uh, the centralized world is probably what brings us a lot of customers. Yeah, Quantum said he only used decentralized solution even for daily spending. My MasterCard is self-custody. Yeah, you'll have to let me know which one that is. I like it. Yeah, there are a few out there. Like I say, I use, of course, the CoinZoom. Been using it 5 years, but I'm also an investor and an owner. So, but I had great success with it. And listen, if you lose your password or you lose your 2FA or something like that, you can restore it. But ultimately, I do believe decentralized solutions, if they're properly done, are the best way. Jobless claims came in today. Actual 207,000, forecast 215, previous 219. So, that's good. Good for the economy. Probably not so good. Probably not so good. For the Fed, because it shows that there are not as many people losing their jobs. So it's funny. Sometimes good news, bad news, good news. We'll break it down for you, though. I don't think it really matters. Hey, Quantum, could you send that DM that to me? I would appreciate it over on X. He uses readily Forwardly Argent. They're based in London. Once again, always do your own due diligence. Don't take anyone's word for it. But yeah, I do love the idea of everyone using a debit card, crypto debit card, to be able to use. A lot of them pay rewards. I get 5%. CoinZoom's coming out with a new, even higher level. They're going to pay out 6%. But the black level where I am right now, I make 5%. I've made, tens of thousands of dollars just in rebates. I use it now to buy. I have so many of their tokens. I now use it to buy Bitcoin. So I think you should do that. But yeah, I used crypto.com before. Once again, centralized. But yeah, I'll check that out. Quantum, if you could hit me. Yeah, a lot of these decentralized ones, there's a lot of times they can't do it. But maybe I do have some offshore entities. Maybe I can set one up. But maybe not. But anyway, yeah, just like CoinZoom, we have accounts, but we can't issue cards yet in the UK, or not in the UK, but in the EU. So we're working on that now. Yeah, when you're a lot of regulations, good, bad, whatever. But yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm pretty positive today. I'm pretty bullish today. I bought Bitcoin 3 times this week, feeling bullish. Morgan Stanley, we mentioned this, the first actual bank to open a ETF. It drew in 100 million in its first week. Yeah, so check it out. I mean, I think this is good, right? They're obviously have the lowest fees, but they're the first actual bank, and they have all these advisors and stuff. So this is why I'm feeling the FOMO. I'm feeling the panic to stack more Bitcoin. Cheap Bitcoin's got an expiration limit on it. These guys are coming. They're having success. Pretty soon, their 17,000 advisors are going to figure it out, and they're going to start pushing it to everyone. It's going to start out 1, 4, 5%. Ultimately, it'll be higher allocation, I believe. So super sick. I'd say that's a huge successful ETF launch. iBit, of course, being the best. I just bought some iBit options out 2 years, 9 months, December 15th of 29. I just bought some iBit options. They're already up like 6%, but I bought options to buy it in 2.5 years at today's price, paid like $12 each. But anyway, another way to more than one way to skin a cat. Once again, JP Morgan saying the Clarity Act is near. These banks all talking about it, and they're the ones that were holding it up. So I think that's super bullish. Super bullish. Clarity Act is huge because listen, any government, presidents can do executive orders. You could have a friendly CFTC, you could have a friendly SEC, but the very next person could come in and reverse everything, like we just had the last administration. Very negative on Bitcoin and crypto in general. Now, this Clarity Act is actual legislation. It's extremely hard. America, more divided, less bipartisanship. The Democrats and the Republicans work on nothing together. So for them to be able to pass actual legislation, that may never get overturned, right? Because the country is becoming far more divided. They're not coming together at all. But this is more of a bipartisan issue here. So, got one of my alerts coming in. Let's see what it is. Sorry, I have alerts that call me so I can see. Probably a little bit of a dip. Yeah, a big dip. Let's look over here at the hour chart. We just had a big red candle come in. Don't know what the news is since I'm here with you guys, but Bitcoin. Let's look at it on the hourly chart here. Yep. So you got this big drop here. So yeah, down to 73. Wow, 1,000 point drop. So look at it. That's I don't know what the news is or whatever. Like I say, we're here, but nonetheless, we have a drop. We'll hit the news. We'll come back. Fortunately, I am a little bit delayed. But anyway, Steak and Shake, who famously started taking Bitcoin, who started accepting Bitcoin for their food and keeping the Bitcoin, also doing some bonuses with their employees. They're going to debut Bitcoin milkshake. So I think that's pretty cool stuff. Yep, the dip continues. We'll see if we hit a bottom here. Like I said, let's look at the traditional market, see if it took a plunge as well. Let's refresh this. Looks like it did. Looks like we're down about half a point. These opening hour or two of the market can be able to pinpoint exactly what it is, other than to say, yeah, market's down a little and crypto's down more. Steak and Shake, they're at the conference last year. I talked to them. I'm not sure if I'm going to the conference in a week or two or not. Haven't decided. I'm on the fence right now. Tether did buy, in addition to wallet though, they did buy another 951 Bitcoin for their treasury worth 70 million. Their stack now sits at 91,141, valued at 7.2 billion. So they're using some of their profits, some of the reserves to stack Bitcoin. That's a lot, right? So this week we had Tether bought 70 million. The new Morgan Stanley ETF brought in 100 million. Eventually, as you see, we run out of Bitcoin. Iran is offering to let ships pass freely through the Straits of Hormuz per Reuters. This is bullish for markets. I mean, look, that's one of the things. Obviously, they're not in control of it right now, but still, for them to come out and signal that, I think that moves us in the right direction. Going to kind of machine gun these last few points. And like I say, we are in a current little bit of a dip. Senator Elizabeth Warren wrote to Elon Musk, warning that X Money's upcoming launch poses consumer, national security's financial stability risks, with particular concern about potential. Yeah, everything good this lady's about. I can't stand her. My second only person I disdain more than her is Peter Schiff. Can't stand these people. Everything good, she's against it. So that's a good sign. Shout out to X Money. He's doing a good thing if Elizabeth Warren's against it. You know what? Look, some of my windows here, I got to refresh them. Sometimes I get so many windows open here, they freeze up. But I'll grab the news here while we're waiting for those to come up. Yeah, this one here, if it pops up or not. Trump's going to launch tariff refunds starting on 4/20, 168 billion. Supreme Court overruled his ability to do it. So they're having to refund some tariffs. I'm surprised he did that. I figured he would just kick the can down the road with another way to go about it, but through some other powers. But anyway, they're going to have to pay back 166 billion. So this other one is Chinese professor Jiang Shuqin says Bitcoin is a CIA operation. This isn't the first time someone's accused that. Where are the blockchain servers located? I don't know about that. But anyway, yeah. So, of course, could just be FUD, but people have said this as a theory that it's the CIA is the one behind it. But could be a government agency. We don't know who Satoshi is. All good, but thank you, Professor Jiang, for your input. This next one, very bullish. Wells accumulated 270,000 Bitcoin in the past 30 days, the biggest we've seen in 2013. Since 2013, smart money stacking Bitcoin. Once again, I believe you should too. Do your own research. USA oil exports reach a record $5.2 billion at $5.2 billion. Geez, oh, lay off this caffeine here. 5.2 million barrels per day. I believe that is Trump's drill, baby drill, being energy reliant. Now we're exporting this oil at high prices. That will be good for the U.S. economy and also the recent deal with Venezuela as well. James Wynn, who lost hundreds of millions of dollars leverage betting, he says we call him the hyper liquid whale. He's down to almost nothing, from hundreds of millions down to like tens of thousands. We're going to 48,000 and lower, and there's nothing you can do about it. My upcoming signal and trade rule will separate the winners from the losers. Yeah, I don't think so, man. To me, I'm going to reverse play this dude. Man, got a lot of money, but it doesn't seem too smart to me. But hey, he's dead set believing we're going down to 48,000. We could. I don't think we are, but we could. Last but not least is two other things. Bloomberg says Iran is using Bitcoin and crypto to move millions in payments. So they're adopting Bitcoin to move around to avoid sanctions. So good for them. They're adopting crypto at a massive scale. And last but not least, Glassnode. Let me see if this can come up and I can read it real quick. Then we got to kind of end up. So I got to jump on my other show. Feel free to join me over there on X, the space. My name there, X is Crypto Bull Ron. I have also other co-hosts and people can speak. But Glassnode says Bitcoin recovery remains flow-driven and fragile, with rising profits taking weak breath and cautious options, all pointing to a lack of strong conviction. Yeah, this isn't a super strong rally, guys. Be careful. Don't FOMO in. We're here every day talking about it. Appreciate you joining me. I'm bullish. I think we're good. I will see how that Bitcoin dump is going. 1,000-point drop. Let's look at the hourly last thing here, see if we've hit a bottom on the hourly. Yeah, it looks like we bottomed. We're kind of flat. We're still down 1.2% since we started the show. Happy Thursday, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining me live.